Rock of the Rage, day number 2, backstage with the band Nothing More. You're going to see them live in September at the Times Union Center along with Five Finger Death Punch and Volbeat along with Hell Yeah. You know their song, This Is the Time. I'm joined by Daniel. You're bass, right?
I play bass, yes, sir.
Bass, all right. Now, speaking of bass, I got to ask about this because I have not seen you guys live yet. Today's going to be my first experience. And you guys, and I mean this in all the best way possible, you guys have been like one of the most hyped bands I have heard of in quite some time. Everybody who has seen you talks about you guys from Carolina Rebellion all before. Everyone talks about the music.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in seeing you guys, but I gotta ask, the Bassinator. Let's talk about the Bassinator.
The Bassinator, yeah.
I've heard about this thing. Good to see it today, but kind of explain for those out there watching right now what this is.
Yeah, so the Bassinator is basically this metal pole that it's a contraption that sticks in our singer's drum set that we have at the front of the stage that's all made out of motorcycle chain and scrap metal. And basically it allows me and the guitar player to play a cool tapping solo, kind of like a piano. And then for the climax of it, I'm able to run behind it, unlock the whole thing, throw it. It does the 720, locks at like 8 feet in the air. Our singer runs up, jumps on his drums, and he's able to finish it off with drumsticks from above, with all three of us on it at the same time. So.
Now, it sounds very technical. Has anybody accidentally missed their part at one point and fell on stage?
No, we've had some close calls because it is about 100 pounds of swinging steel.
And it's very rough. Who's the welder in the band? I heard about a welder.
Yeah.
So you're the one who put this thing together.
I did, yeah. And fortunately, I've been the only one that's been injured by it. So I had a bass fly out once, clocked me in the forehead. Ended up on Non-Point's drum set. I don't think they saw that. So we didn't get in trouble, and I didn't get hurt, thankfully. Too bad.
That is interesting. So how did this thing come about? Whose idea was it? Was it your brainchild?
Yeah,
or?
It's been an evolutionary process. Our live show, and that's probably the third bass solo we've had. The first one, it just started with me and our guitar player had this awful college job of loading UPS jets, and we're sitting in the belly of a Boeing waiting for live frogs to come up the conveyor belt, and one of us is just like, hey, I got an idea. How about I come behind you, play the low notes on the bass, and you do like a funk solo up high. So we tried it. We lived together at the time too. Tried it in the living room. Took it to band practice, and our singer at the time was our drummer then. Or our singer now was our drummer then.
The drummer, okay.
And he actually, it's like, well, this is cool, but we need a climax. And he came out with the drumsticks and saw what it would sound like to actually hammer on the bass. And we're like, hot damn, it works.
And then now it is today. But you guys have been, like I said before, you guys are one of the most hyped bands I've heard of in the last couple of years. You guys had a bidding war, if I'm not correct, to get you guys a record deal. How did that feel for you going, well, hey, you know what, we got normally it's like a band's like, oh, I got one label interested in me, all right, we'll go this route. But you had like 5 or 6 like all going for you.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild, because we have been at it for a long time. We took the vow of poverty like 9 years ago to
the vow of poverty. I've never heard it called that before. All right.
To pursue music until it fulfills or fizzles, or one of us gets killed, and it's always been hard, but every year's just gotten progressively better. So to kind of go from supremely DIY to then being kind of like this bidding war, like you're saying, between labels is, I don't know, it was flattering. It was surreal.
You gotta love it though, man.
It made the previous years just really worth it.
And at the end of the day, after you signed the deal, you're like, you know what? This feels kind of good.
Yeah, exactly.
How was the celebration the day you guys signed it? Was it a huge drunk fest? Did you all go out, or what was the deal with it?
We haven't even celebrated it yet.
Really? You signed the deal and you're like, bam, we're on the road.
Exactly. Like, we promised ourselves we'd celebrate when we finished the record, and we haven't celebrated. We promised ourselves we'd celebrate when we got signed, and we haven't. We try to just celebrate a little bit every day. So
was the album done before the deal or after the deal?
It was. And this is kind of a secret, but we recorded the record on our own and released it last June, and then it got picked up shortly after that. So we pulled it, and now it's getting re-released. June 23rd, it comes out worldwide.
Self-titled album, right?
Self-titled.
Where's the name? I hate always asking this question, but I kind of like it because your guys' band name Nothing More. Like, where is that coming from?
Yeah, the guys actually named the band before I even joined it. And it was kind of the idea that a lot of times people on stage are kind of, I don't know, glorified in ways in which I guess they don't deserve, or there's just kind of this idea of
what a rock star
is, and them being different, and the band really wanted to drive home the point that, we're nothing more than average people.
Just the guys on stage having fun.
Yeah, we've had an opportunity to do the same thing with each other for years, and that's how it's done. It's not that we're any better or any smarter.
See, that's cool though. There's actually a good story behind that.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are busy obviously right now. Records coming out, and then this fall, as I mentioned earlier, you guys are gonna be hitting the road with Hell Yeah, Volbeat, and Five Finger Death Punch.
Yes, sir.
So how was that when you got the call that, hey, we're putting you on this tour, this is what you're doing for the fall?
Oh, it was awesome. I don't know. It happened super quick. We heard about it, and literally within a week we're confirming it. And since it's an arena tour, that's awesome. All those bands have so much energy. I think we're gonna fit right in.
Yeah, I think just sonically, from what I've only heard, the singles so far. So just sonically, I think you guys fit. For you walking into this, though, I mean, you guys some of the biggest names in rock right now. You got two of the biggest acts right now. And then you have Hell Yeah, who is like the best of everything that's ever happened. That made the headliners essentially.
Yeah,
you got to be like in paradise. Vinnie Paul. I mean,
I know Vinnie Paul's gonna be there. It's gonna be crazy. I can't wait.
Just be prepared to play a lot of Madden NFL with him. He's a huge Xbox gamer. Every time I've been backstage with him, he's like, "Hey man, you want to play Madden?" I'm like, "Let me guess, you're gonna take the Cowboys and kick my ass." Yep. All right. Well, you know what? At least I can say I got my ass kicked by Vinnie Paul.
Yeah, seriously. Well, I'm ready. Bring it, Vinny.
All right, man. Well, now this is the time. First song we're hearing from you guys. Is that kind of like a prelude to the rest of the record, or is it kind of different? Is there like a different flow to it?
It honestly, I think that song, the album really goes to a lot of different places emotionally and musically, and we do feel like that song though kind of hits the nail on the head conceptually for what we're trying to say with this record. This record, the reason it's self-titled is because it is you guys. It is us. Like, we feel like we finally found who we are as a band, what we sound like, and on top of that, like, so much life happened in the years prior to writing it that you hear about all over the record, and yeah, this is the time just kind of summed it all up. So
cool, man. Looking forward to it. When's the date on that again? June
23rd.
June 23rd. Nothing More self-titled debut going to be in stores. This is the time, all over Q103. Make sure you request it. And September, you'll see them at the Times Union Center. So make sure you guys go get your tickets. Q103albany.com. Daniel, thank you, brother.
Thank you
Good
so
to
much.
meet you, sir.